What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out Blur and Nighthawk. We've got some more Squadron Supreme. We may be a little behind, but that's okay. We're here now. So let's see what we got going on. Let's check it out.
Now tuning into the encountered culture.
In your face, trying to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be a drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.
As promised, today we're going to be checking out the Nighthawk Blur 2-pack. I know I said we're a little behind, but it's still trickling out from places, so maybe you've got yours already, maybe you don't. Hopefully this helps. Either way, let's see what we got going on. Taking a look at the box, of course this is still in the windowless packaging, but we have started to phase that out, thankfully, right? But here's what you got. You got Nighthawk, you got Blur, Marvel Legends series, there's Nighthawk, there's Blur, Squadron Supreme, so they're pumping these out, which I like. We got a couple already, we got some more coming down the line, so instead of making us wait forever, like, they're actually putting together this team at a nice pace. There's your image on the side. Flip it to the back. Here's what you get. So there's an image of Nighthawk. He's got extra hands, 3 accessories. Blur, 1 set of extra hands. So there you go. Nice images of the 2 on the back. There's your important information if you need it. I got it at GameStop. Look at that. All right, hey. Images of the figures on the side there. But let's see what's in the box. Fresh out of the box, here we go. We got Nighthawk and Blur looking pretty decent, right? So this is definitely a set of figures that is going to be for a more limited audience, or your like completionists, right? So 2 ends of the collector spectrum there. I tend to fall towards the latter, right? I didn't wish to be a completionist, but that's where the chips have fallen, I suppose. Anyway, not a complaint. Just it's where I am with collecting these Marvel Legends figures. You may be in the same boat. Who knows? All right, so they both are on pinless bodies, so that's all good. Like, they at least are on updated bucks. So I gotta say I'm enjoying that fact there. Random characters for sure if you're not trying to complete a Squadron Supreme setup. So maybe not for you, but if you are, I'd like to, hear what you think about these down in the comments below. If these hit the mark for what you're looking for, or if they didn't, let's talk about it. Let me know how you feel about it. But let's take a closer look at each of these fellas, see what we got going on. Taking a look at Nighthawk here. So we do have some fairly nice paint in there. Gold really shines against that basic blue and black combination with the back of the red cape, really just popping behind there. Simple colors, not a lot of detail there, so I'm sure some people will have complaints as far as that goes, but in reality, I mean, these do exactly what I anticipated they would do. They'll fill the spot that I'm trying to fill exactly how I'm going to. So while they may not be figure of the year material, they are definitely good in the line for what they are. What I don't like, this really soft plastic up here, because it already came super warped out of the packaging, so definitely got to work that. I really do not like how soft this plastic is. I mean, it feels like I don't know, like candy, like a fruit roll-up or something like that. It has that sort of consistency. If you remember those from your childhood, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so the cape, a little bit firmer plastic, so maybe that would have been better up here, or even a harder plastic. I mean, I don't need these to move, so what are we doing? All right. As far as articulation goes, you do have the butterfly joints. Looks like we're mostly on the Vulcan body mold, so a nice buck for sure. So definitely like that. You have the butterflies up here. You get a little bit of paint smudge from the gold inside that shoulder. You'll be slightly limited by the cape, but not too bad. All right, you do get all of that up there in your shoulder. You do have the upper bicep swivel as well. That shoulder got a little caught up there. As I said at the beginning, we are pinless, so you are double jointed pinless there. There is your hinge at your wrist, so you get that there. You do have that extra set of hands. It's an open set of hands to go with your set of fists. Ab crunch, and then the hip swivel. Cape is removable, by the way, so if you want to do it without the cape, if you need that flexibility, or if you were wondering, for customization purposes, whatever you plan on doing with this, you do have that option. All right, you can kick out pretty much all the way back. You're not going back too far. Come out to the side to right about there. You do have the cut at the upper thigh. Double jointed pinless at the knee. Of course, if you can get that second bend. There you go. Almost all the way, right? The calf, you do have a cut, so you can get that to spin. And then you do have your hinge down here at the ankle with all that pivot, to be sure. All right. Both sides the same. You do get that gap when you bend there, and you get it in the front as well. So depending on how you're going to display it, you might get a little bit of a gap there. For your head, he can look all the way around. You do get some nice side to side. He'll look down pretty much all the way, and he'll look up all the way too. Do have a little bit of paint rub inside the neck there, so maybe something to look out for. But there you go. Let's take a look at Blur. Moving on to Blur. Again, another character that is going to look fairly basic in aesthetic, but does exactly what he needs to do. All right, you have this design is painted on here onto the yellow plastic. So you do have, possible concerns for paint scuffing, things of that nature. But so far, well, you got a little bit up in there. So on both, definitely have a little bit of issue as far as some paint, but these are very minor. I'm not overly concerned there. Your belt is a separate piece, so you can move it, and that does allow you to hide the swivel at the waist, at the hips there. So that's always a bonus. As far as articulation goes, you do have a butterfly joint. You do have that hinge at the shoulder. You have the upper bicep cut there. Double jointed pinless, and there is your hinge at the wrist. That gives you everything you're looking for and more, right? Yay. All right, at the head, he'll go down that far. He'll go up all the way there. A little bit of side to side rock, not a ton, but of course you can go all the way around. Everything there. You do have that ab crunch. Not a super large gap on that one, and not on the back either. Of course, you do have that swivel at the waist there. The leg, you go out there, you'll kick up. Well, you can really kick up pretty high with that one, and you can get back a decent amount. You are double jointed at the knee there, and he'll go all the way there. You do have that cut at the upper calf and your hinge down at the ankle, which gives you everything you need down there. Like I said, pretty basic for sure, but it does the job it's supposed to do. Nice detail in the head sculpt. Again, with this really, really soft plastic though. So that's like my main complaint about this pack, is this super soft plastic on both figures. I do find that to be kind of annoying. So take it for what it is. For your size comparison, here is Nighthawk backed up against our previous version of Nighthawk in the Marvel Legends line. So we are getting a different iteration of Nighthawk. So now if you have Nighthawk in multiple teams, then you're covered because you have two. For the size comparison for Blur, I do have him backed up against Speed Demon here. So you can see how he stacks up. He's a little bit taller, but he's definitely on a bigger buck, right? This being on a more lean pizza Spidey buck. So he does, he does have a little bit more bulk to him. Still looks good. He's still slim, so he does have like that runner appearance, right? One thing though that putting these two next to each other makes me wish that they would have included a set of the flared out hands that they include with all of the other runners, right? I mean, Quicksilver had them, Speedball's got them, Speed Demon's got them. Speedball actually I think did not have them. But anyway, so it may be just one of those things that could have been added as well. All right, folks, so there you have it. There is your Squadron Supreme 2-pack. This is our second 2-pack that we've received. Nighthawk and Blur this time around. Excited to put this in the display. They are fairly basic figures, and they do have some areas that are sorely lacking. That soft plastic is a killer, but I knew what I was getting into, so as I've said before, I can only complain so much, right? At the end of the day, I did buy it, and I am going to add it to the collection. It's just these minor things for me. I already know what I'm dealing with when it comes to Legends. So there you go, folks. There it is. There is your 2-pack of Nighthawk and Blur. Appreciate you for dropping in and checking out the video. Of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe below. And until next time, take it easy.
I'm being erased, I'm being replaced. Counterculture, it's in your face. It's fun to pretend that you want it to end. I'd rather be drinking with my friends. When we go out, you never see us again.